What's up, New York? You're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach. We are here in gorgeous sunny
Mine
Queensland.
is Kylie Pax, and Kylie
I am so excited to be here in Dallas. You're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating
is
coach.
Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach. Australia's emotional eating coach. Kylie Pax, Kylie Pax, Kylie Pax.
Because this week's theme is self-sabotage, and I am all over this, like chocolate topping on ice cream, right? We are all over the self-sabotage this week because I've said this all week now. There is, I counted it down again this morning, and I'm like, eek, there's now 5.5 weeks left to the close of the financial year. I was going to say, well, it might be the financial year in some parts of the world, but to the close of the calendar year, which means, eek, 5.5 weeks until we pop over into a new year. And where are you sitting right now? This is a question I want you to start to think about, right? As we move forward into these final few weeks, where are you sitting? Are you happy with the progress that you've made? And if not, what has been holding you back? Because if it is, and you know it is, self-sabotage, if that's where it's coming from, then you are in the right place today. If you've been suffering with self-sabotage anytime this year, throw me an emoji, throw me a like or a love. Let me know that we're on the right track today, because this is the biggest challenge that I get from people that I just don't understand. I don't understand what I'm very clear on what I want, why I keep rushing back. I keep sabotaging my progress every single time. I don't want to stuff my face with chocolate. I know that's not what I want. So why do I keep doing it? And one of the things that has really been on my heart, it was strong early on in the week. And I did say to you, I had this message that I wanted to share, but then some other stuff came up and I said, I'll definitely give this to you later. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. What I wanted to tell you is one of the very, very strong reasons that we sabotage our own success is because we think that it's like we are dedicated to our own failure or something like that, when it seems like that, because we put in such a monumental effort into ruining the very thing that we're trying so hard to achieve, right? But what I wanted to share with you is the message I want to give you today is it's one of those, from the heart messages, which normally sometimes I come at you with a pow, and we do a smackdown. But today it's a little bit more of a gooey love message, if you like, but it is still the truth and it is the reality. I want to tell you, don't be afraid of, don't shrink yourself down smaller with self-sabotaging patterns just because you feel comfortable there. I know and I understand that it feels a little weird as you start to move out of the cycle of self-sabotage when you've been there for such a long time. The weight that you're at, the lifestyle that you're at, the foods that you've been, eating too much of for a really long time. For me, it was 30 years, and I still have my days where I could easily gravitate right on back, no problems at all, right? So it's at those points that we really want to start to question the motives, what is going on? Because I want to encourage you, don't be afraid of your own light. Don't shrink yourself down smaller just because you don't know what's going to be on the other side and it's too unfamiliar and you just don't know what's there, and so you keep pulling back and you keep pulling back. Just because it's comfortable there. Painful, yeah. Not happy with your body, absolutely. But it's what you know. It's comfortable, right? When you're turning away from your own light, just because you refuse to look at how bright you can shine isn't going to stop the light from shining. You can turn away. It's still going to be there. I thought about this. Have you ever seen those pictures, or if you've got a pet or something like a dog, and, if you tell them to do something and then they just hide their face, they don't want to know about it. My little dog, Miss Wally, if you've seen me talk about her before, if you've seen her make a guest appearance, she was barking earlier. I said to her, please be quiet. We have to talk to everybody now, honey. I said, we need to talk to people. So she's being very obliging. She's being nice and quiet at the moment. But sometimes if she's doing something she knows she's not supposed to do, and I walk into the room, she'll freeze and refuse to look at me. She'll look away as if she doesn't look at me, I won't be there. This is what I wanted to share with you. Just because you refuse to look at your magnificence, just because you refuse to look at how brightly you can shine, doesn't mean it's not there. It's not going to make it go away. This is what I really want you to get and understand. You can turn away all you like. You can sabotage your progress all you like. You can just turn a blind eye and pretend that it simply is just going to not be there if you refuse to look at it. But what I want to share with you is just because you refuse to look at the magnificence of how brightly you can shine isn't going to stop your light from shining. It's not going to stop your light from shining. Really, we get so frightened of the shadows that we see cast up on the wall. We get scared and we start telling ourselves horror stories about, I don't know what this means. I don't know what's on the other side. What if I fail? What if I can't do it? What if? And we get frightened of the shadows that we see cast upon the wall. Please hear me when I say to you, you would not see those shadows if your light wasn't shining so brightly. People whose lights are very dim, they can't see those shadows. Some people don't even have the shadows to look at because their light is virtually out, right? If you're seeing the shadows, if there's things for you to be frightened of, if you're feeling fearful about moving forward, it's a good thing. Those shadows that are dancing up there on the wall, you can only see them because your light is shining so brightly. You would not see the shadows if your light was dim. So please, please hear me when I say this to you. And if this is resonating with you, go ahead and share. It's not failure that you're afraid of. It's your magnificence that scares you. So there is nothing to be afraid of there. There is nothing to be afraid of. It's your beauty. It's your magnificence. It's always been there. You can run from it as hard as you like. You can refuse to look at it as much as you like. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's who you are. So hear me when I say this to you. It's just a really short message that I wanted to share with you today, but it is heartfelt. And because I know, because I see you all struggling with this, I get messages from you all who are struggling with this, and I struggled with this for so many years. It's not failure that you're afraid of. It's not that you think you're so useless and that you will never be able to do it. It's the incredible, amazing brilliance of who you are that scares you a little, but you don't have to be afraid of that. Because it is just who you are. There's nothing scary there. If you're just coming on live now, we're talking about the reason why we self-sabotage, and it is because we are afraid of our magnificence, not because we're afraid of failing, not because we secretly think we're just so hopeless and we'll never be able to achieve it. It's your light that you're afraid of, not your darkness. So when you see the shadows that are dancing on the wall, the things that are scaring you, the things that you think, I don't know if I can do this. This is too hard. This is too much. How can I ever break free from the pattern of emotional eating? It's been my whole life story. It's not the shadows that are scaring you. You're only seeing those shadows because your light shines so brightly. You wouldn't see the shadows if your light wasn't shining that bright. So please understand me when I say, if you were not seeing shadows, it would be because your light's virtually out. And that would not be a great thing. The stronger the shadows are, the more fear that you feel, the better sign that it is that your light is so brilliant and there's so much inside of you to give and to share and to achieve. That is what is freaking you out. That is what is frightening you. But they're only shadows. They're only shadows. As you move forward, they'll just sort of dissipate. They'll move. They can't hurt you. They really can't do anything to you at all. It's just a reflection of how brightly your light shines. Okay. If this message has resonated with you today, it's probably, as I say, normally I come at you like with the pow and the smackdown, but I just didn't feel that today. That was not what I was, that's just not what my heart wanted to share with you. I really, really wanted to share. Oh, that looked like I was going to do a striptease then or something, didn't it? Ooh. I promise you there's nothing untoward going on here. No, if this has resonated with you, please do go ahead, like, love, and share as you step up. And you hear me say this every day, but I think now you'll get it and you'll understand it on a different level. I say to you, as you step up and give yourself permission to shine and be empowered to be all that you are, then you give somebody else permission to do the same. If we continue to shrink down and hide our light, other people take those signs from us and they do the same thing. Every single one of us that steps up from a place of empowerment and says, I am so brilliant, I refuse to be afraid of my own light, that is when somebody else can then see your reflection and look at you and go, wow, you mean I can shine as well? It's okay? And you're like, yeah. It is okay. It is okay. Not only is it okay, you can't stop yourself if you try. You can do the self-sabotage tactics. You can do them for as long as you like, but it will not stop your light from shining. Eventually, the pain of not moving forward will become so great that you won't be able to help yourself and you will move forward. So my question to you is, wouldn't you rather do that sooner rather than later? Why not do it sooner rather than later? What is the point of holding yourself back? It serves no purpose. It only leaves you staring at the shadows that are dancing on the wall for another day, another week, another year. It is because there is no reason for you to stay stuck and afraid of your own magnificence and your own light, not for one more day. There is no excuse you could give me that is good enough to keep yourself stuck in a cycle of pain and staring at the shadows that are dancing on the wall and freaking you out when they're only there because of your light that shines so, so brightly. So please, please, if there's anything that you get from this message today, I really want you to understand it serves no purpose to hold yourself back. We've got plenty of things that we can watch and entertain ourselves with. Like there's Netflix, there's 1,001 different things that we can do for entertainment. Staring at scary shadows on the wall, not your best and wisest choice. So now that you know, you can set yourself free. Now that you know, you can make a different choice. Now that you know, you can share this message and put it out there so that other people then become empowered to make the same choices that you're now able to make. Please, if this has resonated with you at all, if this has helped you or given you insight, love, empowerment, go ahead and share it out, because this is the message that the world needs to hear. As women, we keep ourselves stuck in the self-sabotage cycle. We think it's because we're useless, hopeless, pathetic. We don't know what to do. The truth is, it's none of those reasons at all. It's because you shine so brightly that you're a little afraid to stare into the sun of your own magnificence. So the only person who has the power to change your life is you. When you step up, stop running from your light. Oh, guys, when you step up, stop running from your own light and step into your magnificence, there is absolutely no doubt that at that point, you've got what it takes. Catch you all tomorrow. Until then, bye. Thank you so much for spending time with me this week. I have loved being with you all. Remember, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. And as always, the only person who has the power to change your life is you. And the very best part, you've got what it takes. Sending you so much love. I will see you next week. Until then, bye for now.